What's going on, people? Hope everybody's doing well. We're back again. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm excited to start this week off. First of all, I want to say, man, what a great delight it was to have Dr. Johnny Vega on last week. How about it? I'm sure all of you were blessed, encouraged, and hopefully you was able to take something from his story. His story, as you know, those that saw, his story is so big, so vast, so much involved. And I just pray that all of you were blessed. And, I'm going to have him back on again sometime. As you know, I like to have speakers on different times. So today, I'm gonna be here today sharing some things with you. This is more of a family talk today. It's not a, story or direct message. It is a message, but a different kind of message. It's kind of a sit down by the campfire and talk about some things, as a family. Because I believe now, all of you who are watching or tuning in, I believe that you have a destiny. I believe all of you are called to accomplish something great. That's why I do what I do. I do this because I want to see others prosper and succeed in life. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for viewing today. Today, I want to talk about something. I'm going to speak directly to parents and mentors, okay? Parents and mentors. As you know, or most of you know, 2 weeks ago, I dropped my son off in college, Clarion University. My son will be a freshman, furthering his education and also playing college basketball. And that's my ace, that's my Stromy, that's my guy, But more importantly, that's my seed, okay? So if I had to give a title to today's message, and I think I'm going to continue this on Thursday, depending on how much I get to today. This is your seed, your responsibility, okay? Your seed, your responsibility. And I just want to talk about some things, again, in light of, dropping my son off. I was just thinking on the way back, it was a 3-hour drive. He's at, Clarion University is right outside of Pittsburgh, so it's about 3 hours from where I live. Driving back, and I'm just thinking, wow, where did the time go? Time went by so fast. Remember, he was, knee high, running around and playing basketball and being this innocent little guy. And to now, he's a college student. I just started to think about, man, like, what did it take? I'm just thinking about the years, myself and his mother. His mother was also a part of raising him as well. So I don't want to leave her out. His mother is still, being a mother in his life and so forth. So, but I do want to say there's some things that I implemented with him early, okay, to make sure this day happened, okay? It was on purpose. His dream was to play college basketball. He wanted to further his education. His passion is basketball. So at an early age, this is what he communicated to me. One thing I want to say with that is I didn't force my son to play basketball. A lot of people thought, because I played high school, played college basketball, Division I, because I played overseas in Australia, other countries, because I was a coach. A lot of people thought that, he had to play basketball, or I forced him to play basketball, or it was my dream and I'm living my dream through him. I maximized my potential. I'm thankful for the time I had. I had some great experiences. Basketball has done a lot for me, but I would never live my life through my son. And there were times actually when he was younger, I said to him, hey, I want you to do this basketball thing for you. If you don't want to play, that's fine with me. Dad is going to be okay. Okay, but I want you to know, I want you to do it for you. Okay, so that's kind of the prelude to what I want to get into. But your seed, your responsibility. And not only is this pertaining to, like I said, if you're a parent and you have a son or daughter, but also mentors out there, because as a mentor, there's different levels to mentorship, But as a mentor, your mentees can be like a son or a daughter, depending on what level it is, because they actually glean from you, they respect you. Sometimes they see you as a father figure or a mother figure. Excuse me, they see you as that. So this message isn't limited to just parents, because there are a lot of you who are serving the role as a mentor in someone's life. And I believe today is going to help you be more effective. I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I don't know everything, but I know some things. And what I do know, it has a proven track record, because I've mentored so many different people throughout my life. So I'm going to share a few principles that help me to prepare my son for where he's at today. Right now, as I speak, he's on a college campus and on a scholarship, let me add, on a basketball scholarship to play college basketball and further his education. And I'm so excited about that. And I'm proud of him as well, But the first thing I want to say, the first principle is, and I don't know where the viewers are, where you are as far as your spirituality, I don't know, because this broadcast, this podcast is going out all over the world. And again, I don't know where you are spiritually. But for me, the number one thing that I feel was important, that I had to make as a practice and as a principle, was prayer. Okay. A lot of times, I would pray for him when he was younger. I would pray with him. I would pray with him, but also I would pray when, I wasn't around him, driving to work. When I used to take him to school sometime, a couple of years I took him to school and would pick him up. I would pray with him in the car and just to cover him and things like that. So again, I'm just sharing what worked for me. It may not work for you. You may have different views, but for those that have similar spiritual principles or practices, prayer was number one. Because I'll be honest, there's some decisions we had to make about our son that I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know which way to go. And it's okay to admit that. Sometimes, we mask. Sometimes we can walk around and people can see us as we got it all together. We don't have any issues. We're holier than thou. We're untouchable. But I'm here to say there were times where I didn't know what the answer was. I didn't know which way to go. So, but there were times where we had to pray and ask God for direction. We had to pray and ask God for wisdom for certain situations. And especially in this day, in this age, everything we're faced against, everything we're dealing with, what youth are exposed to, social media, everything is front and center now. Back when I was a kid, you had to stay up late. And our parents, adults, y'all know what I'm talking about. You had to stay up late to watch X-rated, R-rated stuff. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning, stuff that wasn't child friendly. Today, it's front and center all day, every day. And they have access to that on their phone. So it's a different day and time. And everything, they're bombarded with so much. Okay? So prayer helps me navigate. Prayer helped me navigate through different situations. That's number one. Number two is love and protect. Okay? Your seed, your responsibility. Love and protect him or her. You have a responsibility to make sure that they're protected in whatever they do. Wherever they go, it's your job to be the overseer, especially when they're younger, okay? And also when they get into the teenage years, okay? So I monitored, I didn't control, but I kept a watchful eye and monitored who was in his circle, okay? Who was he running with? I kept a close eye on that. I kept a close eye on in school who his teachers were. His teachers knew who his dad was, okay? And I want to say that too. moms and dads. Now, shout out to the moms. The moms are holding it down in a lot of situations, but dads, make sure your son's teachers know who you are. That's one thing my mom told me when I first had my son and he was getting in school age. She said, make sure the teachers know you by name. And I carried that, but you are their protection, not to control, but to guide and to protect, okay? Children can feel and sense when they're protected. When a child is protected, when a child feels loved and protected, they're confident in what they do. When a child feels loved and protected at the home front, the home base, there's love and protection. They're the ones who are confident and they make the right decisions and they have a peace about their life, okay? Those who don't feel that from home, they are the ones who end up 9 times out of 10 getting into things outside of the home that are detrimental to them and their health. That's a proven fact. Okay, I've counseled so many parents. I've counseled so many youth. I've spent time with a lot of them, and especially inner city. Most of you know I do a lot of inner city work. A lot of the inner city youth have dysfunctional families, okay? So dad isn't around. Dad is locked up. Dad is on the streets. So a lot of these young men, they don't have that sense of protection and that sense of endorsement from home. So therefore, they go seek it outside of the house, and they'll join a gang. That's a lot of times young men, they join gangs because they don't feel love at home, okay? Or a young female, a daughter, she's not feeling it at home, so then she opens herself up to every young man, every boy that's out there, and then she starts to get, having sex and doing this and doing that, but it can be traced back to she wasn't loved and protected at home, okay? That's the second key, and that's what I did with my son on a consistent basis, I'm not saying I got it right all the time. There's sometimes I didn't. Sometimes maybe I crossed the line, and maybe it came across as me trying to control situations, But I learned from it. You're going to love and learn. Sometimes you miss the mark as a parent, But mentors, you have to have that mindset too, that you want to protect your mentee. There were times, there are young men, and I know one in particular that I was a mentor of, young man from the streets of Philly, all right, Philadelphia. Grew up without his mom or dad. I was mentoring his life, and I could tell there were different people trying to come into his life at different times. Some were good, some meant him harm, okay? He couldn't see it, okay? But I saw that there was someone in particular trying to come into his life, and I saw that, so I had to talk with him. And you got to be respectful when you do that. You got to talk in a certain way. And I had a talk with him one day, and I started asking him questions about this particular individual, and I shared with him what I felt, okay? And I said, I really believe you need to steer away from him, okay? You need to steer away, all right? And stay in your lane at this time. And he respected it. He embraced it. And then probably 4 or 5 months later, he saw what I was talking about, because the truth will always be revealed. And the individual's true character came to the surface. But I had to, as his mentor, I had to step to the plate, because if I didn't do that, I would not have been acting in love. All right, so love and protect. Number one, prayer. You got to pray, okay? Cover them in prayer. Pray for decisions that need to be made. Number two, love and protect. So those are 2 key principles. I'll share those 2 today. And then on Thursday, I'll come back and I'll share the next 2, okay? I don't want to give you too much in one session. Plus, I got to leave you hanging so you can come back for more. That's what they do, like in That's what they do in the episodes, the TV sitcoms. They'll have an episode and they'll have the plot thickens, get towards the end, and you're ready to find out who did it and why, what happened, and the show goes off. So you got to tune in the next day to find out who killed Billy or who stole this particular item. All right, so that's all for today. Come back Thursday. I will share with you the other two principles. Thank you for tuning in again today. Share something, say something, holler at me, leave a comment, let me know, tell me where you're watching from. I appreciate all of you guys paying attention, viewing. I appreciate all of you who are sharing, and we're going to continue to build. All right, we're building. All right. Thanks again. Have a great week. I'll see you on Thursday.
Perfect.